Yellow. How's it going, y'all? It's Ahmat Raheem. Watermelon with salt and olive oil. You can't beat it. Anyway, this is my first log. So it's the first log out of 365 days. For the rest of the year, I shall be logging in just videos of my creative process. It'll be like vlogs slash logs. Um, but I give myself a challenge of doing one whole year, 365 days. Just to talk about my 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 creative process and just random shit and life itself and what I'm going through and how I'm gonna try and achieve my goals. Basically, I've got something called Blind Productions. It's a I don't want to call it a production company. It's more like a I don't know what it is, basically, but we're gonna produce films and plays. But right now, the main thing is plays. I really want to get back down to the foundation of acting for me, so that would have to be plays. Going back to the old school, Shakespeare, thou art thou, that kind of, you know what I mean? And the last few months, I'd say, I've been doing some workshops. Started doing some acting workshops, and it was acting improv workshops, which was pretty fun. And this man here, Sanford Meisner, he's the GOAT. Yeah. He's so good. If you ever get to read this book and a chance to read it, it's not just about acting, right? It's about life itself. And his main philosophy is be present and be in the moment. He was a student of Stanislavski. Him, Ed, Edestala, I don't know the rest of the people's names. Sorry. I'm sorry. I got to all of this, but that's all gone, baby. Stella Adler. There you go. There she is, Stella Adler. And there's another guy. I think there was three or four of them, and they started an acting school. Well, it wasn't an acting school. It's like a mini production company, like what I'm doing now, just theatre kind of based. And I think there was some film, and I think it was three or four of them, and it was in New York. And what was it called? Oh, it was a famous one. A load of actors went there. Marlon Brando went there. Friggin' who else you can? I'm awful with names. I don't care. But what I've taken a lot from this book is that when I was at drama school, I'm gonna go back a bit. When I was at drama school, I the best way for me to find characters was through movement. There's someone called Pina Bausch. She was a ballet teacher slash dancer, and she kind of changed the game for contemporary dancing. It was just she was phenomenal. The things she came up with was just amazing. And I got obsessed about her, and I started to look into more movement, and I started to find that for me to find a character, which we don't say anymore, I'll tell you that. I'll go back to that. So I'm gonna cross my finger. I've got this from my friend called Declan, and I think he got it from Kick, another friend. You're holding this thought. I'm holding it. This thought will come later, right? The whole character thing. And through movement, I was able to find. Well, it helped me understand these experiences that I was doing, right? Helped me find the voice, and then help through the movement. It helped me find the voice and made me understand more what the scene was about and what I needed to do in the scene, which was just to do because that's what we learned in drama. I went to Rose Bruford and we learned a lot about Meisner technique, and it was a lot just to do with being in the moment, being present, listening, and really connecting with your scene partner and be there. Don't fake it. Don't whatever it is. Just be there in the moment and hear those lines for the first time. Every single time you're hearing those lines for the first time. which is crazy because only recently I've started to understand. I've only started to understand it in the last few months. Well, a couple of months doing my own acting workshops. I've only just understood it, and I've been like, and it also goes off with experiences of life. Like, you have to experience life. It's so funny that I understand now. When you go to audition at drama schools, sometimes you don't get in there like, oh, you're too young, you need more experience. And then sometimes you're standing there like as a 20-year-old thinking, motherfucker, I've lived 20 years on this bitch. What do you mean I ain't got no experience? But in the sense of like, live life, love someone, have a heartbreak, lose someone, understand what grief is, all these kind of things. You don't like travel the world, meet new people, find new cultures. All these things is what they mean by experience of life. You gotta live. You have to have an understanding, go through the struggle, so then you can connect to these experiences or these people that you're given a scene for. You understand? You understand? Now you might be a little bit confused when you keep hearing me saying experiences or people. Now I'm going back to the whole character thing. The reason I don't call them characters anymore is because by me saying this is a character, that means I'm, in a way, in my head, I don't care if you agree or not agree, this is for me. So, if I say character, now in my head it feels like I'm separating myself and I'm making myself more superior. Like, we're both here, and I'm doing this. I'm looking down at the character, oh, this is just the character. And in my head, it's kind of disrespectful because, for a start, the person who wrote those characters, sometimes I feel like, even as a writer myself as well, when you write, you put a bit of yourself into each character. Or there's people you've met around the world or seen, right, or heard stories about, and you're putting those people and their experiences as characters, right? So first of all, I feel like you're disrespecting the writer by just saying, oh, this is just a character and I'm like higher and better than this character. Now, a lot of people may not think of it like that, but this is me. This is my business. You understand? Secondly, I feel like it's a disrespect for those out there, because you got to think there's more than 8 billion people in the world. You can't just say it's a character, because that is an experience. It's a person that writer has written about, has created. No, they haven't created, written about. There's someone in the audience here who's going to relate to that. They're going to have an understanding with this character you're performing as. They're going to resonate. They're going to feel it. They're going to empathize. They're going to have an understanding, right? They're going to connect, yeah? So you can't just throw it away and say it's a character. For me now, it's like this is an experience or a person itself. I can't disrespect it, right? I can't disrespect you because you have your own life and experience. I'm stepping into your shoes. That's all I'm doing. But also what I'm doing is bringing my own experience towards that as well. And this is why this man here, for me, is the king. He's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And it's really made me realize, doing these workshops, I'm like, wow, my eyes are opening up to a whole new level of things. So, my acting workshops, what I try and do is I try and collaborate 3 things together. I call it the triangle. I ain't no Illuminati, so don't worry about that. You see that sweat, dog? It is hot! The triangle. At the top of the pinpoint of the triangle, yeah, is your experience. That's what I want you to bring to the table. This corner of the triangle, yeah, is movement. And this corner is improvisation. I don't want to put all 3 of those things together to try and, you know what I mean? Stir the pot. Stir the pot. Stir the pot. So that's what I'm trying to do. It is hot. Can you see that? That shit is falling. That is crazy. So, I'm just going to upload all of these videos raw as well. I'm not going to edit them or nothing like that. If I mess up, I mess up. I don't care. I ain't got the time to edit all this shit. So what I'm going to try and do, butter, is that I'm going to try and upload every day for a year from now on. My main goal is to create a play and to do a feature film. Now, it can get done within the year, or it can get done with that after the year. But I'm trying to set up this thing, and I'm trying to not call a production company. You understand? So that's my groove. So this is day one. My name is Ahmat Raheem, and welcome to the crazy logs of my life, my creativeness, the creative process. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna finish off my my watermelon with salt and olive. And I'll see you in a little bit.